Let's talk about worship transitions. What do you do in those moments where you really sense the presence of God? Remember, I talked about worship being a dialogue, not just a monologue. And and what we want to happen in our services is that moment where God comes and inhabits the praises of His people. And when God comes into our uh, our gathering, wow, you wanna stay there for a while, and you want to think about what you do in those moments. And a lot of people get afraid of those moments because it's not written out. You end a song, and it's like, wow, this presence of God is so real. And then and there's you want to hang there for a while. But if your pastor says to you, let's just spend a few moments in God's presence, just give God a few moments here. As a pianist, if you're used to playing notes and reading notes, your life is going to flash before your eyes. You're going to get all like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?" Because it's a scary moment. It's not on the chart. It's not. There's no notes to say, "Let's wait in God's presence for a moment." So I call these things worship transitions, and you don't want to force these things to happen, but as much as possible, you want to create this atmosphere of worship. And I'm not talking about manipulating the Holy Spirit. Just take a moment to create this atmosphere. We talk about this in the keyboard DVD with Kiko, my auxiliary keyboard guy. But what do you do in those moments, and how your auxiliary keyboard person can, just get a pad there to allow the Holy Spirit to move. So keyboard players, just take a look at that and learn how to help create that atmosphere. Yesterday, I just sketched out a couple of things here. Worship transitions, all right? We'll get them in a better order for you so you can order them. But I'm just going to play through these things. This is written for all of you keyboardists that freak out when your pastor says, let's just wait for a moment in God's presence. And your whole life flashes before your eyes because you don't know what to do. In those moments, the less you do, the better it is, okay? Busyness can get in the way. If you play through the song, or it can just get too busy. You just need a few moments, a few chords here and there. So I just wrote out about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And I'm going to play through them, and I'm just going to play the notes that I've written. So I'll just play a couple. Here's one. In the key of, I'm just going to do everything in the key of C. And your assignment is to learn these in every key, all right? Every key, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, yes. Every key. You can do this in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to do it in front of 100 or 200 people. Just practice this. But I'm going to actually play the notes that I've written out. So here's a simple one. Let's say, what's a good song to end in the key of C? I do Great Is Thy Faithfulness, a key of C. Great is Thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Okay, here's one. And then on version 2, a lot of times we add this sus2. That's that note. It kind of gives a suspended feel. And also, if you're in a free worship setting where people are just kind of singing freely, you'll hear that note, the fifth, all the time. And that note, it kind of gives that suspended feel. That's a C sus2. Anyway, here's the way version 2 will sound. Yeah, and you can see how it can set a mood, and you don't have to. I'm just giving some kind of a pulse in there, you know. The right hand is doing the same thing, almost exactly the same thing as I did in the first version.